Hello, welcome to our next installment in our UC9 video series. Today in this video we're going to talk about native call queuing functionality. What is it? Why do you care about it? And how does it work? So let's start with the basic question. What is it? What is native call queuing? To understand that, we kind of have to look at hunt groups within Call Manager that exist pre-native call queuing. So let's draw that out. Let's assume that I've got a LAN. On my LAN I've got a Call Manager server. And I've got 3 phones. And then I've got some kind of connection to the PSTN. And I have a phone out here in the PSTN. So what is a hunt group? Essentially, I dial a number from the PSTN. Let's say 555-1212. Okay? That number comes down the PSTN, goes to Call Manager. These phones are in a hunt group. I've got 2 options, or a couple options in this hunt group. The most common would be kind of a round robin. I ring this phone first. Let's say he's extension 1000. He doesn't answer, I roll to 1001. He doesn't answer, I roll to 1002. And then back to 1000. My other option in this world is I call in 555-1212 and I do a broadcast hunt. In other words, all phones answer at one time. So that's traditional hunt groups. So what does native call queue do? So in that world, my individual phones will log into a hunt group. Now I've logged into that hunt group, I dial this number, I come into Call Manager, and I'm queued right there. As the caller, I hear, "Thank you for calling. All of our agents are busy, we'll be with you momentarily." Maybe play a little bit of music on hold and give them, a periodic message until somebody becomes available. And when they become available, I route to that agent. Make sense? So we have now added queuing to a traditional hunt group situation. Okay? So why do you care about this? Well, let's go back to the old hunt group. The old hunt group, I rang here, I rang here, I rang here, I come back here, and I go all over again. And I keep going round robin, assuming I'm not transferring out to a voicemail. So what's the perception of your caller in that situation? Their first thought is, there's no one there to help me. I have an issue I need to resolve and I can't get anyone on the phone. The only thing they hear is ring back. The phone is ringing. So it sends a bad message to your caller that you're not available for them. So let's flip that around to the inside world. Let's say we're a hunt group and we're a broadcast hunt group. Let's say you and I are both agents in this hunt group. You're in Atlanta and I'm in Miami. Our phones ring at the same exact time. You pick it up a split second before I do. I pick it up, I don't have a caller. What is my perception? My perception is, this phone system just dropped my call. Right? I don't have a caller even though the phone was ringing. What I don't know is you picked that call up in Atlanta. So perception is you've got problems with your call routing, even though the system worked as it was designed. Okay? So let's add native call queuing now into this. Right? In that world, I'm queuing here. Right? So now I'm waiting for one of these agents to become available. When they do become available, I'm now presented a call to that agent. So with that, I don't have that customer perception of there's no one there to help me. I don't have the employee perception of my phone system is not working. So my customers are played greetings. You were able to greet them, play them music or play them messages, or play them a periodic message as they sit on hold in order to let them know that your call or their call is very important to you. Does that make sense? Okay. Let's look at how does this work? All right. So in the how does this work world, I've got these numbers. These are my extension numbers on my phone. I'm going to take these numbers and I'm going to put them in a line group. Okay? Once I've got this line group, I'm going to take this line group and I'm going to assign it to a hunt list. And then I'm going to assign this hunt list to a hunt pilot. This hunt pilot is going to match this DID. So when this number comes down, it knows to go to this hunt pilot, down to this hunt list, down to this line group, and go to these phones. By default, native call queuing is turned off. So we do need to initialize that. We do need to set it up. So we would go in and we would turn on native call queuing, go to our music on hold audio source configuration, and configure what we want this thing to do. So we said we're going to come in down this path. We're going to go to the media resource, or I'm sorry, the music on hold media resource here, the file that we're going to play. On that, enable our queuing and tell it what our initial message is. What WAV file do you want to play? Thank you for calling. Yeah, we'll be with you shortly, or whatever you want it to say. Then we're going to put that call on hold, and network music on hold. So whatever our call manager network music on hold source is what that caller is going to hear. That can be a music file. It can be a message file. For frequently asked questions, go to our website at www.adcapnet.com or whatever your site happens to be. I've also got a configuration in here for that periodic message. If I am playing music, I may want to remind the caller that everyone's still busy and your call is important to us. So all of that configuration will be in our music on hold configuration. What other things can I do with that? So we talked about initial, we talked about periodic, and we talked about the hold part. What messages am I playing back and forth? Other things that you want to think about in this world. How many people can I put in queue? By default, I can go up to 100 max. You may not want 100 people, but you've got that flexibility. Once I reach that threshold, what do you want to do with it? You've got an option. I can redirect it to another number, or I can disconnect the call. Other things you want to look at. What's my maximum wait time in queue? What if my agents are logged in, but no one's at their desk? Yeah. How long do you want that caller to wait in that queue? After that threshold has been met, I've got an option. I can forward that out to another number, or I can disconnect the call. I've got a configuration between 10 and 3,600 seconds. The last thing I've got is what happens when no one's logged in. So earlier I had said, in this hunt group, you come in and you log into the hunt group. I am now available. I'm putting myself in a ready state. In that ready state, I'm ready to take calls. What happens if nobody is in a ready state? Well, that tells you I've got no one there to answer this call. What do you want to do with that call? Again, I can either disconnect it, or I can route it to another specific number. Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, what is native call queuing? Native call queuing allows me to take a hunt group and add a queue to it with additional features so the caller is not hearing just ring back. What is native call queuing not? It is not a replacement for contact center. So while I do get the queuing capabilities of a contact center world, I do not get the reporting capabilities of a contact world. So if I'm looking for basic ACD, native call queuing is an excellent feature. Does that all make sense? Excellent. Thank you very much for watching, and have a great day.